What's up, young world? I'm your host, David West, man, back with another special edition of the High Yellow Podcast. Got some special guests in the building, my man Cam's Visual Art, as well as his partner, Mike.
Yeah.
How are y'all, man?
We're doing good, man. We're doing real good.
Man, it's good to have y'all, man. We was just talking about, it's so important to have your circle with you, right? It's so important, man. Exactly. If you want to, we could jump right into that, man, if you want. Why is it so essential that we keep our circles close with us, and why do we feel the need to bring them in with us?
I feel like this. First, I want to give a shout out to Trisha, Izza, Antonio, Hannah. Y'all are amazing. They couldn't be here today, but just to answer your question, I feel like you got to have a support system. Houston, everyone kind of want to do stuff alone. They don't really want to gather together. And I understand, like, modeling and photography, they go hand in hand, so you kind of need both parties. And rap, you don't have to have a collective like Our Future or ASAP Mob or even Cactus Jack for that matter, but it's good to have people that really think like you. And I feel like we don't have that trust. That bond to really say, hey, look, I trust you. We have the same goals. Let's make it together. But we too busy. I'm going to snake you, or they going to be fake towards this. Or when the money come, then he going to try to cheat me out of my stackers. Like, no, I bring my people with me. And, I got my boy Mike with me because I feel like, if he can have an outlook, he's worked hard. He's put in the effort. It's not just me out there. So if I can bring him on, then I'll do that. Or anybody for that matter in my circle.
Word. Like we were just talking about, man.
Oh,
like
and Nana. Shout out Nana. I forgot about her.
Any other shout-outs you
That's
got?
it. No,
all right, for sure.
I just forgot.
No, you good, family. You good. Like I was saying, man, I've lived in Austin for the past 2 years, bro, and I feel like it's such a more collaborative city. Like, I don't know, like you just mentioned, like we just said, I have rappers on and they talk about how everyone in Houston almost got an ego aside, man. I don't know if do you think you have an ego, or do you think? 'Cause I feel like everyone has an ego in a sense, right? But I don't know. It's more.
I'm gonna keep it real.
For sure.
I feel like I only got an ego because I worked hard for it. There is no giving. Like, when I first started out 2 years ago, I was getting laughed at. People were giving up on me. I was at my lowest point mentally, emotionally, and I worked hard instead of just trying to, like, say, yo, I'm going to try to fight back with words or try to get people to like me. I'm just going to let my work do the talking. So among those 2 years, I'm working, getting articles, interviews, people seeing me come up, getting a bigger platform on social media. Then it's kind of like, now, you got to talk to me nice. You got to talk to me nice a little bit.
Word.
I feel like, but there's still, you got to be humble, though. You can't be too cocky. But I feel like there's a point where, like, if you've worked hard for something, then, yeah, you talk to me nice, treat me with my respect that I deserve because I worked for it. And I 100%. Didn't cheat nobody for it, and I wasn't trying to be fake towards nobody to get where I need to go to. I've burned, but I've lost bridges, I should say is a better word for it, maybe because of different views or just stuff that happens in life. But definitely I try to be as genuine as I can and, make it to the top with people that feel the same way as me.
Word, no, I can appreciate that, man. Let me give you a better introduction, though, man. My man, Cam's Visual Art, man, photographer out of Houston, bro. How long have you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years, man.
2 years.
Word. So you said it was kind of a slow start. You were kind of just representing what's.
Yeah, man, it was tough.
Talk about it, man. Talk about it.
Look, I would say that starting off, because this goes back to like junior year in high school.
Yeah. Fam, I did not know you was 19.
I'm 19.
Bro. That shit's a trip.
Everyone need to know I'm 19.
Bro's 19.
I'm 19. Yes. Yes.
Out the bag.
Yes. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So it's like when I first started, high school, you know how it is with drama. I ain't going to go too much into
I hated high school, fam.
It's like, me too. I hated it.
Yeah.
And it's like people, they only went in with people that I guess fit in with their morals and ethics and how they thought life should be at that time. So for me, it's like there was another person who I'm not going to name, but he was a photographer too. And I will say that he was the popular one at the time. Me, when I first started, everyone was kind of comparing me. Oh, you're trying to be like this. You're trying to do this and that. And at first, I didn't really know what my style was. I didn't really have an identity. And as I worked and as people kind of brought me down, it really made me hungry. Because I feel like when your back is against the wall, that's when you start really finding your bag. That's when you're like, yo, I need to get together. Like, I need to hustle. So I hustled, and I started just shooting fashion. Like, that's what I like to do. I've always liked to dress nice, Had the J's, Back then in high school and middle school, J's was the most popular thing.
Of course.
You had, like, that was when they was still getting sold out. You couldn't even go to Foot Locker, couldn't go to Foot Action, nothing.
100%.
Champs. And it's like, I loved it. I always wanted me a pair, but, I really didn't have the money for it. So I got me a few here and there, but I had to scam my way for it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was
we had to, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I was getting them every way.
Do what you gotta do.
And so that's what I liked. I saw everyone was doing music, and really kind of solidified it even more was I went to a Tissa Korean kind of thing, and I went backstage because I knew somebody. And
Tissa Korean, what is that?
Tissa Korean, the rapper,
Oh,
Chance the rapper. You know the used to carry all the groceries in one trip. Simply lemonade gone in one sip.
Please show me.
Yeah, the one that made the mop.
Please show
me. Show him.
I'm not a big Chance guy.
I feel that.
I'm not a big Chance guy anymore.
But he worked. Tissa Korean, yeah.
Oh, so you shot for him, or
I shot him. It was not like a hired thing, but one of my friends knew him, and so I was like, okay, like who can I shoot that's kind of like a low key celebrity, like he's not too big headed, but he's still cool. Because actually in person he's real cool. Like he's not arrogant.
You from Houston?
Yeah, I'm from Houston.
No, is he from Houston?
Oh, is he from Houston? Yeah.
Oh, word. Okay.
So. I went backstage and everything like that, and he was cool. Like I said, I took a picture with him, and Gunnar Stahl's always been one of my biggest inspirations. Even though he doesn't shoot fashion, I still just like how he was the first person to really get me into photography. I used to watch his videos and stuff on a Fader and Complex.
Word.
And then I was like, yo, let me take this picture with you, and he was like, cool. So I snapped him up, da-da-da-da-da. But it was so late, and I came early. You don't come early to these functions.
Of course.
I came when there was nobody there.
Yeah.
I left. And the thing was packed. It was just getting jumping. And I'm just like, Coach, I can't do this. And of course, people was getting towed, so I'm not finna drive my car down there.
Yeah.
Like, you got me messed up. So one of my friends took me, but he had to leave. And so I had to leave too, but at least I got the picture. But then I was like, that's not me though. And I feel like people try to make you into that lifestyle, but if that's not you, then that's not you. So I just kind of morally focused on fashion being the sole thing. Because before I used to shoot almost everything, now it's strictly fashion. Now it's strictly clothes, bags, items, shoes, hats, sunglasses, whatever you can think of. That's me.
Yeah, I didn't think, before you, actually real quick, Josh, you mind getting us up on there as well?
Yeah, get me up on the mind. I need to see myself.
You wouldn't mind.
Mike, need to see yourself too.
You wouldn't mind. But aside from that, because I didn't think, before you said music photography, I didn't even think that was a real thing. I never even, do people, is that just shooting musicians, or is that?
I would say, yeah, musicians. I know Gunnar Stahl, he does portraits and he says portraits.
Okay.
But I kind of break it down as like, you got people that shoot cars, people that do concerts / music portraits, that they kind of hang around both. Fashion, and then you just got like concept, where it's not like any one thing. It's just maybe, okay, there's an outfit for this concept, there's a place for that concept. So this kind of like breaks down into categories. But yeah, you could go out there and shoot musicians.
How big is scenery in that too? Because that's one thing I noticed with the work you do, is scenery is always a big thing in what you shoot.
Mike, you don't have to bring some into this right here, because you know about this.
What is it, Mike? What is it about scenery?
I'm gonna say this. Look, I done had everybody in my circle could have died at least once. Facts.
Yeah. And
I have them in the most messed up places. Not quality wise, just you would probably not take a stroll here. And I would say Mike being a model, since I know for me he's executing my vision, so maybe for me I see it as like, yo, this is dope, but to him he may be like, this nigga trying to kill me. So Mike, please explain to the people at home how my locations make you feel.
Pretty crazy. Open fields, bunch of insects. It's always muddy, but I mean, like, with what Cam does, I feel like locations are super important. Extremely important. Like,
they're always different.
Like, the thing is, like, we're trying to, his work is he's trying to just accomplish a different look every single time, right? So we can't shoot the same location like over and over and over again. So we just have to think outside the box and just say, all right, well, we haven't shot here, we haven't shot there. Maybe there's somewhere like 20 minutes out of Houston that we could try to do. It just has to be different every single time. But it's never easy. That's the thing. It's never an easy thing.
No.
Ever.
What's difficult? Getting out there, or what's the or just
there.
follow? Do you already have these places in mind, or do you just be whipping around in Houston until you find the spot, until you find a little spot? Like,
I ain't gonna lie, like through my many adventures going to getting me some to eat, I have looked at some of the spots just driving by. But some of the stuff we plan everything ahead of time. We do not go out there and just shoot, what we feel. I'm trying to do that more, I should say, but it has to be a setup. Has to be some type of way, some type of process about it that makes it all come together. Just like we went out there to West Texas, about say a couple of weeks ago. We planned that out. We knew the connections. We got the people there, and really, it's just finding what spot is best, you know. And so many people, they want to say, "Yo, Cam, where's the location at?" I'm not finna give you that.
We can't tell you that.
We can't tell you that.
We can't tell you that one. I'm sorry.
These are really the real questions people ask you?
No, real questions. Right now, look, hold on. I'll show you right now. Right now, I can actually. Excuse me, people. Sorry, I'm pulling them up on this. Look at this right now.
You good? You good?
On Instagram, look at this. Hold on. Request. Look at this. Hold on.
Right now, Cam is showing me people Instagramming him about locations.
This was out here. I know it may not load, but look.
Where was this, if you don't mind? Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? It's a fire picture, bro.
Hey,
Vinny, that's a respect thing.
The respect thing, yeah. And I feel like I wish I could tell people, but I feel like I wish I could.
I wish
I
gotta
could
keep that
tell
to me.
people. I gotta keep it to me.
Word.
You know what I'm trying to say? And I feel like it's an individuality thing. I preach individualism and individuality. I feel like you have to be your own person. You cannot look at me. And I'm trying to get away from inspiration because I used to take a lot, not like copy it, but I used to be like, this is how I want it or this is how I would like it. And I'm not afraid to say that because I know that I put 2% inspiration, 98% is me. My poses, the feel, the editing, I do it all myself. But when I take a look at it, I was thinking, okay, let me see exactly what I'm feeling. Let me see if I can get some inspiration from what others have been doing, Tyler Mitchell, different photographers, Vogue, Louis Vuitton, Dior, things like that. And then it came to me when, I ain't gonna say this person's name, but they've been really using my techniques, and I don't really appreciate that.
Word.
And I can't tolerate that, but I'm gonna save them since it's not really my job. They're gonna get theirs, you know. It's not my job to handle it. But I don't want inspiration. Inspiration is like a lighter form of copying, and I'm just like, if I can't think of these things on my own and just say, look, I trust Mike and my models to get the fits together. We talk about the idea of what we genuinely want. And then we go out there and do it, then if I have to look for inspiration, am I really being my own creative? But I feel so many people, they want to be copycats. They want to do the same thing. They want to rap about the same thing. They want to dress the same way. They want to do the same things. And I feel like if you're going to make it, you have to be different.
Of course.
If they don't need another Lil Wayne, so why are you trying to be like Lil Wayne? They don't need another Travis Scott. Why are you trying to be like Travis Scott? Lord, they do not need another Playboy Cardi. Everyone want to be Playboy Cardi. I swear, this man came out. Everyone now got tattoos. They saying slap. Everything. They got black T-shirts, black shorts, black pants, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just like, be yourself. And I feel like I've thrived on that. Just being myself and not caring what people think.
How do you get away from? How do you not drown yourself into your influence? Because it's such an easy thing to fall into, right?
I don't see myself as an influencer, honestly. I just see myself as an artist. And I get artists can be influential, but I feel like I just see myself as a person that likes to take photos, and I'm good at it. And I feel like if you keep yourself at that humble mentality, then it's cool. You're trying to make yourself bigger than what you are, then, like I said, it's different from having confidence.
Yeah.
But don't be cocky.
Well, let me ask you like this, because I know you follow a lot of photographers, I'm sure, right? So how do you, I'm sure you see their work, and you, like you said, it's so easy to take things from other people, right? And I know we all try not to. How have you kind of been able to forge your own path on this, and what you do?
I feel like
that's very difficult.
When I first started doing the angles and stuff like that, nobody ever done it before. I say just how no one's ever seen a fashion photographer in Houston. Like, there may be one that have come from Houston, because there is one. The one that just shot Travis Scott for the GQ thing, actually, she came from Houston. Shout out to her. I forgot her name, but shout out to her. And you can come from it, but having someone based in Houston, shooting in Houston until I eventually move somewhere, that's different. Because I got all these rappers hitting me up, and I respect them, you know, they pay me, so I respect their time, and they're putting their faith in me, and they're paying me for my services. But I want to shoot fashion, though. That's what I want to do. I want to get more into fashion, and I feel like I can't work with everyone because people see my influence. People see my followers. People see how many likes they get, so it's not genuine. You know, it's not, I want to work with you because I love your art. It's, I want to work with you because, you know, you got a big following. Because I say, if I had 500 followers, would you still want to work with me? And everyone would tell you, oh, no, I like your work, even if you had 500 followers. But would you? Would you be knocking down my DM door trying to shoot with me? Would you be begging and pretty much happy? to shoot with me thinking your career is going somewhat get some type of relevance if you work with me.
Yeah.
That's why I only work with Mike and my group and maybe a few others that are outside the group that I trust.
Yeah.
And if I do get someone new, I have to like really evaluate their personality and their motives, because everyone wants to work with you when you have clout. Same reason why I want to work with Kanye or Travis Scott. I love their work, love to their music, but they have that background and platform I need to get to where I'm going.
See, and what you're saying is a lot to do with why I personally, I'm very pessimistic when it comes to social media. I hate the shit. Like I stay off it, bro. I don't know. I feel like we're all searching for validation on social media.
Facts.
And it's that and then we spend too much time on it for me. But I know a very different thing between you and me. You tweet a lot more than I do, right? So I was wondering why you tweet a lot, bro.
You tweet something.
I
just on the phone.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see because why do you think why do you tweet so much? Now, and aside from the art you put out, because
like my positivity stuff. And my
yeah.
That's only really like people could really say. I don't tweet no wild stuff. I promise you. Yeah. I don't tweet wild stuff. I don't tweet. I'm not going to say it, but I just don't tweet some of the stuff you see on Twitter that really be going viral that's like more, I should say, sexual or something like that. I'm really just, say, I guess, my jokes or my thoughts and opinions that may not be for radio or television or podcasts to my people. I'm really like an off social media thing when it comes to personal life. Personal life is my life. Whatever my thoughts are, unless it's something that I just feel can be shared with everybody, then I'm going to do that. But I really just like to give people motivation, honestly. Like, you can do it. Just because I'm 19 and you're 21 and you may not be where I am doesn't mean your life's over. Doesn't mean you can't make it. God has a plan for us all, and I feel like if I can do it, you can do it. That's why I felt like if someone else can do it, then I can do it too. Why is that person better than me? They're not. They just have their blessing right now. But if I work like they did, hopefully, that's what they did, then I could get there too. But I think, like you said, people think validation way too much. Likes and retweets mean way too much. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna keep it real. Now, when the tweet hit 41,000, it'd be feeling some type of way. I'm not gonna cap.
For sure.
But I feel like it's not really about the likes. It's about seeing that hard work that I put in, get that validation and that respect. It's never been about, I got 41,000 likes. Man, that's dope. No, it's that my work that I worked hard for got 41,000 likes. That I shot for it. That the vision I see, people are now starting to catch on with it. Same thing when I hit like 20K. Now that I hit 20K, I don't care about social media. I want a job. If anyone's listening right now that has a job, please hit me up at Cam's Visual Arts on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you very much. I need a job. Seriously. Like, I want to go to LA, go to New York, get a job somewhere.
Why do you want to leave Houston? Because I feel like you've built such a following here.
That's a sense that,
and I feel like I hear a lot of people, they want to get out of here so much.
I'm going to swing that question. Buddy Mike, can you please answer that first before I answer it?
Well, I'd say it's, you have to look at it like this. So what we do is modeling and photography, right? And we are in Texas. And Texas is a place where if you shoot one thing, it's very likely that you're going to shoot that same idea and location or something similar to it again, So for what we do, it's important that we move. We went to West Texas and that was very different. We had a different look and that was just out of the regular Houston scene. So I feel like moving out, whether it's LA, New York, or somewhere completely different is important just because what we do is we progress. And if we're just shooting in Houston all the time, then you're not really, to us, it's not really progressing.
But you want to go there permanently.
Permanently. I want to move. I would say for me, it's the market. You know, and I know some people are like, New York is the fashion capital, and I do feel like it is true, but I feel like you got to go where you like, and I feel like I would travel to New York, but we're talking about living. And I feel like living in New York, it reminds me too much of Houston. Not as Houston being a bad city, just I'm used to the city life now. I'm used to seeing buildings and skyscrapers. California, you see mountains. West Texas was the first time I actually got to see a mountain up close. Never on a picture, not in the distance, right next to it. And it's beautiful, it's serene. I felt free. And I don't hate Texas. I've been born here all my life. I've been so many memories here, and I'm grateful for the people I have met and the people that I have, call my friend. I just feel like now it's time to expand something new. So many people are so afraid to leave here, and they're waiting on this. And I'm gonna keep it real. Everybody So I'm looking right into the camera. Everybody, you cannot wait until this Houston comes up and we're just on top of LA and New York. It's never going to happen. If you want to stay here, that's your business. That's not my business. But I'm not shaming you for staying here if that's where you feel like home is. But the day you wait until Houston is this number one city over LA, New York, it's not going to happen. And the rate we're going at right now is, I mean, look at everybody. Beyonce, dipped. Travis Scott, dipped. Meg Thee Stallion, dipped. Solange dipped with her family. So I'm just saying, like, you have to understand that, you know, it's not because Houston, I just hate Houston. It's where the market is. And whether that's LA or New York, I have to leave. Because when you look at people like Sauce Walka and Maxo, they could be bigger, but their reach doesn't hit as far as we think it does. Because I'm pretty sure if you go up to New York, there may be one or two people that know about Sauce Walka, maybe more that know about Maxo.
That's a good point.
And that's no shade.
No.
That's
not
and I
true.
feel like it's not going mainstream. It's not selling out. It's not becoming fake. Or
do you think that's them trying to be sort of a pioneer for the city, or why do you think? Why do you think people stay here?
It's a pioneer for the city. Like I said, they're waiting for that moment that Houston.
You don't think it'll happen?
Not now. Because I'd say it like this, because I was on another podcast, like I said, not saying no names. I said, we need to bring people from LA and New York to Houston to build something. Tyler Perry. This is the best example I can give, and people can't argue with this. This man said he could have went to LA. He could have went to anywhere. He stayed in Georgia and built his platform and built a movie studio with the people that helped him. If that's not going and creating something different and new, then that's different. But I'm saying, for kind of like with us, we have to bring people from LA and New York. We don't have the money to do what Tyler Perry did. If we did, then it'd be great. And that's the unity thing also. I know it kind of didn't make sense at first, but that's the unity thing. Tyler Perry had people around him to do that. And even though he invested himself in his, I guess, the state he was like originally like producing and producing his stuff and whatever, it's like we don't have that here. So we have to bring people in here to build us up, to help us, so we can keep things inside Houston if we want to. We need outside help. I'm pretty sure he had outside help. He didn't just have everyone from Georgia. He had people from LA probably coming back and forth to help him set up his studio. He had people from New York or wherever to come help him set up, you know, production lots and all this different type of stuff.
Bro's a billionaire too now.
Exactly. So it's like
crazy.
We have to, in order for us to stay in Houston, we need outside help to build up Houston together as a platform. And people want to be pioneers, and that's great. But you still need outside help. Because we have people that have money that don't care about the industry. They don't care about what we do, don't care about what none of us do at this table. They could care less if we be on a bridge right now about to jump. But if they're making their money in football, oil, cattle, and I know because I used to play football a long time ago in high school, but if they making money off that, they don't really care about radio, TV, none of that. But if we have people that do have money, that do care, that do bring it back to tech, that come here, and we do have people, the pioneers, that set it up for us to be great, we could do that. And then we can stay in Houston. But if that's not happening, which it won't, because they're not going to move, you got to move somewhere else. They'll shoot in Texas. They'll make a movie in Texas, but an agency, modeling agency in Texas, nope. Movie studio in Texas, nope. Nothing. You're not. I mean, they have studio, like music studios, but we were born on music.
I can't argue with that. You familiar with Joe Rogan?
I think I've heard the name.
Podcaster,
Yeah, I heard the name.
He just moved out to Austin.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I think if anything, I think it's on the way to what you're saying. I think people are starting to recognize that LA. I don't know. I feel like we want to get to LA, but then when we get there, it's not what we think it is.
I feel like you got to come out there smart. You can't come out there and let.
You gotta have a plan.
Yeah, you gotta be like, for me and Mike, because we're trying to move out there for at least a little while, and then whatever happens. New York, come back home, start something new, or go overseas. We'll talk about that later. But we said we can't let people make our minds and fill us up with fake ideas of what they can do for us. You know, people always want to say, well, I know this person. I know this person knows that person. That's good for you, but what is it doing for me? Is it helping me? Is it getting me to a better place? Is it going to take me to that next level? Now, yeah, some people can be telling the truth. I can't say everyone's lying, but majority of the people lie just so they can make themselves look better so you can suck up to them and then they can get what they want. So that's why I feel like if you're a celebrity, don't tell me who you know. If you're friends with a celebrity, don't tell me if you know this person or you party with that person, because it's not doing nothing to me. You're just trying to flatter me and soak me up so then I can do whatever you want. I can break my back for you, but you may not have any intentions of putting me on. You just may have intentions of getting what you need, then making a bunch of excuses or just downright leaving my presence or leaving my circle of trust or whatever you want to do. So I just feel like when you go out to LA, you got to like be cautious about who you mess with, who you talk to, who you connect with. You got to really be like with genuine people.
You can't just move.
No. You got to have genuine connections that you know when you get here, they got you taken care of.
Yeah.
Just moving, you're just basically like staying in Houston but at a nicer place. You're not going to work. You're just going to do the same. I mean, let's be honest now.
I'm with you.
But I'm saying you may trade like cattle for some mountains, but if you ain't got no work there, you're not going to be doing nothing. That's why when I go to New York, not New York, LA, I got people there that know me. I'm in connections with them all the time, texting them, hey, look, I need to do this shoot when I get here. We're going in December just for a little trip. I said, when I get there, we're working. Get ready. There is no, are you free? There is no, can we link? No, it's, I'm coming. We're working. Like it or not, you better be ready. And they say, okay. Simple as that. You got to be aggressive with them. You can't be nice.
Word up, man. And I feel like that's how did you two meet? Let me ask that because
Mike, you want to tell? You want me to tell?
It's actually it's kind of crazy actually. Well,
tell him, Mike.
Did he come with this aggression?
No. Not even like, it's not even like that. So basically,
this was back when I was a lot less aggressive. People, I was definitely a lot more naive. I'm sorry to say in the voice.
Let's say. So basically, it's like, I think I was like on Twitter.
Yeah.
I forgot. I think it was like a mutual that we know. Like, she decided to like retweet one of his stuff, and it was like of this building, right?
Wow.
And I was like, this is such a different perspective. And for a while, my thing was like, I'm someone who loves art, right? Just art in general, like not photography, music. Like I see it all as art. And what Cam did at the time when I saw was straight art. Like this is a different perspective. This building was a different perspective. Never seen this before, right? I was like, yo, like this is so crazy. So I decided to follow him, look through more of his work, and over time I just kept up with his stuff. I was like, well, I'm getting into modeling, and he has that perspective of like, you know, I could shoot this building, but I could make it look insane, right? And I was like, well, that's kind of what I'm going for. Like when I model, I don't just want to be like this regular model or this just average model that just shoots on the basic stuff or shoots with basic angles. I need something that's heavy hitting, right? So I hit up Cam. It's kind of a long story, my bad. But I hit up Cam. I hit up Cam, and I'm like, yo, bro, I would love to work. And you know, over time, we just kept on talking. You know, it just built from there, and we finally met up. And you know, it was a great thing. That first meetup was a great thing. We shot like some great work, and this was like back in 2018. That 2 years ago? I'd say 2 years ago. Yeah, about 2 years ago. It was about 2 years ago. And after that, you know, we didn't shoot for a while. That's kind of crazy. We didn't shoot till we didn't shoot till like what? I don't even remember like when we shot again.
No, that's how long it's been.
Yeah. We didn't shoot for a while, but we still kept in touch.
Yeah.
Like
So.
I still I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like I just love his work, so I just kept on supporting. And you know, we just grew closer and closer, and it just got to the point where so I used to school at LSU. And
that's clean, bro.
Yeah.
I was just in here with an LSU jacket, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's
crazy. Yeah.
Shout out to LSU.
Yeah, shout out to LSU. But it just got to that point where we just keep in contact while I was at LSU, and I was just like, you know, when I come back to Houston, you know, I have like these goals, and he has these goals, and we would always make sure we share goals like amongst each other, and we just kept on building, and just like, I'd say just keeping the ties, and you know, we got back, and you know, I got back to Houston. Like I finally moved back to Houston, and we just went off. Like
that's fire. Something I appreciate about you, Kim, is the diversity of models, bro.
Oh, for sure.
So let me ask you, because I think you said you reached out to.
Yeah, he reached out to me.
Is that typically how it goes? Do models reach out to you, or vice versa? How does
you know, I would say this. I'm not a person to brag.
No,
and I feel like this is something I guess maybe a regular person may not ever experience in their life. But when you have 96 DM requests on Instagram, and half of them is either people sharing you on your story or people saying, "Hey, I want a model. If you're ever in LA, we like to collab and stuff like that." I feel like I always have to have diversity of models, but black, beautiful men and women are still number one in my book.
They have to be.
Not number one, and I'm saying it the right way because I know I don't want to retract on that. Not number one as in like, I guess I should say I just have like a racism towards every other race per se, but I guess it's more of just I have to highlight them because I know how it is. Mike may not be looked at as an average model, and it's okay not to be average because we don't want to be average. We want to be different. And I feel like when I mean average model and unconventional is like, when I think of average model, I think 6'2".
Bad.
Got
hey, that's what ended my modeling career. I'm not gonna cap, bro.
6'2". You got to be chiseled out. You got to work out like a god. You got to be, got to have nice bone structure, face, whatever it is, right? I'm not trying to say Mike don't have that, no homo. I'm just trying to say no. I tried to say that. I ain't trying to bash him, but I'm saying like you don't have like we're not conventional, and I feel like
100%.
people as I guess to say you can be, I guess, any other race and get away with you may lack one thing. You may be white and not be the most buff because I feel like they use black people as an aesthetic. If you're not looking like a Greek god as an aesthetic, then they're not going to have you. Or you're not very dark skinned like African, maybe even Nigerian, they're not going to pick you. And I feel like for me, I got to highlight those that may not be 6'2", or that women may not be, this inch waist or whatever, because I feel like black is beautiful. And I feel like I love seeing black people strive and succeed.
Word.
So I feel like for me, it's my duty to kind of highlight black fashion because there's not a lot of black models that we see in these industries. And I feel like people kind of associate black on black business with like trash or crap. Like, back then, when you think of Telfar, right? Everyone's on the Telfar wave now, but that was only because social media gave that validation.
Explain to me what the Telfar wave is.
Telfar wave is something that I should say they make great products, great bags, everything.
Is it brand?
Brand, yeah.
Okay.
I would say they're definitely along the lines of I would say medium, small black designer brand. They do make designer pieces, so they're not just a regular clothing brand. But I feel like this, right? No one heard about this in January. Nobody heard about them in February. Not trying to say people did not know about them, but nobody heard about them until social media blew it up. Then social media blew it up. Now everybody got to have a bag. And that's black people included. I'm not saying that the rest of the races came in, we knew this as black. I didn't know it. So now when social media dictates it's fire, now we want to go get it. That's why I feel like black on black businesses, sometimes we kind of give them shit because we see rappers and they're partnering with white businesses. And I get it on the flip side that you can't work with every black person, and that's the sad but true thing about it. Doesn't matter what skin color you are, you're still a person at the end of the day, and your character is what defines you over everything. But I feel like we kind of maybe think black brands are trashy or they're not as professional, because I never saw any rapper with a Telfar bag in their video or saying about to hit the Telfar store or cap out. Now, ain't nobody said that.
That's
but
true.
they say the Gucci. They say the Louis Vuitton. They say the
Yeah.
Dior. And even though I do like it, I got an LV bag in my house right now. But I feel like the only reason is because I didn't do it because I wanted the rappers or I wanted to be like someone that was rich. I wanted to do it because I liked it. I liked fashion, so I always wanted me a Louis bag. I never was able to have one, but I earned money enough and I got me one. And that's not because I wanted to be like or live a white man's fantasy or a white man's life or whatever, but it's like I wanted it because I wanted it. Now, I see people with these Telfar bags, and it's cool, I like some of them. I really do. The colors and how people kind of create their own designs on it. I like that. I really do. And I hope, and I actually submitted a photography thing, trying to just reach out because I feel like that's important. Reach out, people. Do not be afraid to ask, because if you don't reach out, they may never discover you. So sometimes you just got to put down your pride and reach out. But they didn't get back to me, unfortunately, but maybe that wasn't in it for me, or maybe there's something big around the corner that I don't know about. But I reached out because I feel like that I could shoot something like that. Because I see photographers, they shoot, whether it be the bags or, some clothes that they got for a new season. I'm like, we could do that. Me and Mike can do that.
Easily.
And it's not really, they're not even really conventional models. I don't even think they really have some models that look like, I guess you'll find at Dior or Louis Vuitton. Yeah, the standards. They have different.
Yeah, I would like to just build off of that real quick.
Yeah,
Go ahead, build off it.
Yeah, so to expand, basically why I think it's so important for what we're doing is just because, like, if we were to shoot conventional, if we were to shoot like this idea of, oh, he has to be a certain height, she has to look a certain way, it would be boring. It would be very boring. Something that's
similar.
Very similar.
Exactly.
And boring. That's like, if you go in the unconventional route, it's like people tend to look more, they tend to stare more, they tend to like just focus more. And that's what we've been trying to do. That's what we're trying to accomplish. That's why, you know, we have such a group like that. It's just because like we're not the typical, you know, modeling. Like we don't have that look.
Yeah.
I mean, we may look like, you know, models, but we're not necessarily like a Dior model or a Versace model or a you know, Gucci model. Like we're not those models. We're just some kids out of Houston who feel we deserve a chance, and we believe like this is so important. And it's actually very important for, you know, like what we're going to, like 21st century, just because like how do I say it? It's just because like
I think with everything going on, especially
exactly,
that's another thing. I feel like it's more important than ever to sort of bring that blackness to everything,
out of the ordinary.
First off, I want to one more shout out, but this like more importantly, shout out to everyone that lost their lives to police brutality. I feel like that's important as black men, you know, in this one room. I feel like it's important to just shout that out because 100%. I feel like, you know, and that's one thing I feel like I hate. People try to judge blackness, and it doesn't matter if you're from the hood. It don't matter if you listen to Travis Scott or NBA YoungBoy, even though I don't listen to Trash Boy like that. But it doesn't matter though. But still though, if that's what you like, then that's what you like. Right. But it doesn't matter how black you are just because you don't see eye to eye with everybody, just because you don't listen or you don't eat the same foods as everybody, because we're all black. Cops ain't finna pull you over and say, okay, this black man listen to Travis Scott, this black man listen to NBA YoungBoy. We're gonna arrest NBA YoungBoy dude because Travis Scott works with white people or he got a baby with a white girl. They're not gonna say that. They're gonna think we all two black people in the car and that's it. So I just want to give a quick shout out because I feel like that's important that we notice that and we recognize that. Because I feel like so many people, they get caught up in themselves that they lose sense of reality. That you're still in this world, you're still dealing with everything, and no matter how rich you are, they're still going to think of you as black. So Kanye West or anybody, they may be a superstar, they may not be able to treat them like us right now since we're not, I guess, superstars, but they're still black. They still have their preconceived notions about them. They already have their stereotypes, how they act. And we don't even know what's said behind closed doors when it's not anybody that looks like us in the room.
Yeah, man. No, I couldn't agree with you more, bro. Let me ask you another question.
What's up, G?
What's the... Because you go by Cam's visual art. Let me ask, is there a distinction between visual art and photography?
Not at all.
No.
I just said... I did not want to be photographer.
Because I'm very ignorant toward this stuff. So
no, I feel that. I feel that. No, I feel that. Straight. But I did not want to be a photographer. I didn't want to say, because I feel like this, you have to brand yourself. Just like Gunnar Stahl is not even close to anything related to photography. If I just told you Gunnar Stahl, you would probably not think that's a photographer if you didn't know him or heard about him.
Yeah.
But Cam's visual art, I feel like photography is another form of visual art. And people see it. And art is anything, but especially, like I said, photography is visual. So I felt like, why don't I just say that? And I feel like if it can roll off the tongue and you could say Cam's visual art, and then it's just smooth like butter, like Don Toliver when he be hitting them vocals. You know, Codeine got me tripping. When he be doing that, then it's kind of like you think like, yo, I want Cam's visual art taking this picture. Or I just got shot by Cam's visual art. If I said Cameron Reed photography or Cam photographer, ain't nobody trying to say all that.
Cam shot it.
Like, I ain't gonna say all that.
Well, that's kind of. I fuck with that.
Hey,
Cam shot it.
Cam's visual art.
But like, there's a lot of people that
shot it.
I mean, name that shot at you.
I feel like
a lot of people.
You gotta you have to reinvent yourself in a way that it's kind of like not really more commercial, but make your name for yourself. And this is so funny actually. Somebody wanted to get my exact name. And I ain't got no beef with him. He cool. He's been supporting. He come to me. He's like, Cam, because this dude Twitter DM. I was like, yeah. And he's like, bro, I really love your name, visual art. And then see this is where individuality comes in at. Okay, This man said, I'm not gonna change visual art. I'm just gonna change the name. So it's blank visual art. And I'm just thinking, bro, you can't do that.
Dan visual art.
Yeah, like come on, like. And that's why I feel like people just need to have their own sense of who they are. Because people look at everybody, any idol, actor, athlete, rapper, photographer, and they see, I want to be like that. Yeah. And yes, it's inspiring when you see someone that may have grown up as you or have a background as you and that knows how it feels to, not have or something. You want to gravitate towards that person and do what they do, kind of live how they live. Same with like the Travis Scott culture. Everyone here, they love Travis Scott. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, no one cared.
Yeah.
You know, but now he's created such a big wave that it's like everybody wants to be Travis Scott now. You got everybody wanting to rock La Flame. Everyone got to. I ain't gonna lie, I got the shoes. I got the shoes. I mean, I got the hoodies and stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big Travis Scott fan, but I can relate to him. But I figured that I still have to be myself at the end of the day. Be a fan, but also be yourself. You're not Travis Scott. I'm not Travis Scott. Mike's not Travis Scott. We're ourselves. And we have to make it based off how we think, how we create, not what he does. Because we're forever going to chase something that we can't attain.
Yeah, I guess that has something to do with why I'm so pessimistic towards social media, right? Yeah. Because, again, while we're pubbing our brand, man, it's someone who's either taking that inspiration and trying to be us, and you could attest to this because you have a much bigger following than I do. So is that ever something you feel like when you post sort of your art, it's too busy, you see too much of people trying to imitate that as opposed to take the inspiration. That's the thing, man. That's why I don't know. That's why I shy away from social media, and that's why. But at the same time, it's important that we.
Let me keep it real, okay? With the little time we got left, I'm gonna say a couple things, and it's gonna be straight real. So number one, I have no problem with people getting inspiration from me. If I inspire you to shoot differently or shoot better, or I light a flame under your butt to just go out there and like do what you need to do, then it's kind of like, that's fine. But you trying to jump and do that. Now, I mean, if you jump, I don't own jumping. Jumping is not a Cams Jar own thing. It's a style of mine, but I can't trademark that. Yeah. So the same way I can't trademark putting a hand in front of the camera or a leg, whatever, right? But I'm saying my own style is what I work hard for. When I saw jumping and angling, even Mike, when he first said that, bro, you started a new wave. Now everyone's trying to do it. Everyone's trying to do the jump. Everyone's trying to do the angle. Everyone's trying to do fashion now because they see it works. They want to laugh at you when you're first starting out because they think it's lame. They don't believe in you. Then when you start getting a little bit of attention, like, oh, okay, he just getting a little bit, like, it ain't no serious. Then you start getting the middle, you start getting a little bit more. Okay, he getting a little bit more, but still, I ain't finna like go and try to ride his coattails or dick rhyme or nothing like that. Then when you start getting really up and people can't deny you, then it's like, oh, okay, now I gotta do what he does. now I gotta shoot it. Now this is the new wave. And they're never gonna say that to your face, but they'll say it to their friends. When they're looking at you and liking your post, you don't know if they're with someone and they're like, yo, this is the new wave. Cam figured it out. Now they want to try to follow in my footsteps. And I'm just like, why? Why following me when you could do your own thing? You could have your own following. You could have people DMing you asking you how you do this, how you do that. You trying to figure out my wave, and I'm not going to let you have it. Bro. It's $50,000 for the sauce. That's just for poses.
$50,000 for the sauce.
$50,000. If you want my sauce, it's $50,000. That's my price.
Cam shot it.
Cam shot it. Cam shot it.
That's fire, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yo, hey, I'm gonna have the ace right here. Hey, if Cam shot it goes trending to A, you know what happens right here. But I'll say though, speaking one thing about school though, because I didn't get to say this. I was at Sam Houston. That is probably the worst school on planet Earth.
Really, bro?
Sam Houston, Huntsville, Texas.
I got denied by them, but I'm not gonna lie. But it's cool though. I'm at UT now, so it's cool.
Yeah,
you bossed up.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
You really bossed up.
Yeah.
It took a little minute to get there, but we're there now.
Let me break it down like this, right? Huntsville is the worst racist redneck school next to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I put that on God himself.
Oh, they gonna hate this.
No, literally. If you're at Huntsville right now, you should know my pain. You see nothing but the jail and the school. You don't see anything behind. The mall is a J.C. Penney.
I heard there was nothing out there.
The mall is a J.C. Penney. There ain't no stores up in there.
Those are the worst ones.
And then there's this, because I went to the mall one day. There's this like bootleg little shop in there that sells shoes and hats, and you're like, these Jordans can't be real. These shoes can't be real. And it's like, this is what really sold me, right? So I normally travel back and forth because I have photography, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm making money in my pocket. So I'm like, okay, I can't complain. Sacrifice for a sacrifice. Got to sleep in my own bed lots of days. And so one day I had to stay home from camp. Parents were like, yo, you got to stay home. So I was like, okay, cool. Then I wake up. I'm finna go get some breakfast. I'm thinking, okay, I'm finna just walk down here, get me some waffles, give me the bacon. Next thing I know, it was closed at 10 a.m.
Whoa. Shit, man.
10 a.m.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't rock with Huntsville either.
10 a.m.
I feel you.
You tell me I'm getting up. I'm looking at you people. I'm not looking at him, I'm looking at you. You tell me that you work a busy school week, and you just want some waffles, maybe you want some cereal, maybe an omelet. You wake up because you finally get to sleep in. You ain't got to wake up at 7 or 8, and it's closed because they stopped serving breakfast? What?
10.
At 10? Tell me how that's fair.
No, I ain't gonna
School is the
one.
biggest scam on life. Like, and I feel like if you want to be a doctor and stuff, there's sometimes you got to go through that. Because trust me, you don't want to go to the doctor's office, be like, yo, how long you been doing doctor or dental? Oh, I just started yesterday. I just got out of school, got high school, started yesterday. Like, you're going to be nervous. You're not going to want that person to work on you. But radio, TV, they don't even have no degrees. They don't even hire people with degrees. They get their friend, sister, brothers, cousins, boyfriend to put them on. And then they get the job because they know them. And unfortunately, people that look like us around this room don't get that opportunity. And I hate to say it because I'm not a racist because I have friends that are not black, but I feel like it's true. How many? I couldn't walk into a movie set or like go to Vogue and say, yo, I want to be a photographer. I deserve to be a photographer.
Word.
They may question me or they may laugh at me and say, what things you could just come up in here and do that? Someone that don't look like me may give the same response, true enough, but they may entertain them and may not just be ready to, kind of brush them off as fast as me.
Word. I'm gonna spar with you on the education thing though, because I'm on record, bro. I think school is flawed, 100%. Because if you look at it, and one example I give is just how tuition increases during the fucking pandemic. Like that's the number one thing.
Yes.
But Mike, I want your opinion on this too though, because are you still enrolled at LSU or?
No, I moved. I transferred to U of H.
Okay, so you're still in. Are you at U of H right now?
Yeah, I'm in Houston.
Sadly, I'm in school too.
So I agree with a lot of the points you made, but I still would say I talked with someone about this as well. I still think education is probably the number one way to get us out, though.
True, I will agree with that. I feel like it has to be that way.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have to,
I don't mean it's perfect. Like I said, it's definitely flawed.
I changed. I say this, and I'm comfortable with telling people this. I made a promise with my parents. I said I will go to school and not complain, not say anything negative. But if I get that job or opportunity to go anywhere else, school, I'm done. I'm not going back. I don't care if I don't finish with a degree. And don't do what I do, kids. Or whoever's listening, don't do what I do. This is only me. You're different. But I'm saying that for me, I feel like with my talent and if I just hone my skills, because I did not go to school because I was off. I didn't drop out. I was just off a semester from January till about the summertime. I took summer classes, and then now I'm just getting back into the regular year. That's the same amount of time that all I needed to get my career started. I hit 20K in that time. I hit 10K in that time. I shot an NFL football player. He's actually going to drop the photo, so once he does, I'll save it or I'll send it to you. I'm not going to say it out loud right now. But everything that happened without me going to school. And I know some people can be like, that may not happen for me. Well, like I said, we're different. And God works in mysterious ways, so I can't guarantee that if you take off from school, it can help you. It can't hurt you. But don't assume that because I did it, that you can do it. Or just because I'm out here doing da-da-da-da-da, that you can go out here and imitate me. Be your own self. If you feel like school's important, you want to finish because you need that education, you feel like that will help you, then do that. I feel like it's important, and I would never tell anyone not to go. But I just feel like since I've kind of put my time into seeing what life is like outside of school and just making money, I see okay, do I really need this? And plus I know a couple of good people in some really good positions that, not trying to flex, but just being real that, connections are everything. It's about who you know
I agree with that.
and what you know.
Very important.
So if you know a person, then that can help you get to wherever you need to go. Connections are important. Don't let them tell you wrong. If you know somebody that can get you on, that's way better than any education you could ever get.
Look, man, I appreciate your time, bro.
Wait, hold on.
You and Mike. No, I'm gonna let you. Yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. Then go ahead.
Yeah. I appreciate both of y'all, man. I really do for y'all taking the time out of y'all's day to come through, man, and chop it up, man. Let me see. Do we have the pictures ready or? Yeah. We do.
Let's see the pictures.
Yeah, if we could pull those up real quick.
Do you want me to explain what happened, or just talk about them? What you want me to do?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Let me turn around. Let me turn around.
Let me get them up. Yeah,
let's see on the monitor.
For sure.
This is fun. And I'll say this while I'm talking.
Yeah, for sure.
Age does not matter in creativity. People, stop trying to shame people like me and Mike because we're not 21. Who gave the rule that 21 was the age to do anything except for being an adult? Who gave 21 a rule? Who gave 21?
Hey, I agree with you.
Who gave 21 to be don't get me wrong. If you're 21, hey, you made it to 21. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. Go live your life, do your thing. Word. But me and Mike, we're both 19. Yeah. I think people think we're big bro, little bro mentality. And I'm just no. Like, if I'm doing better than you, let's match bank accounts. I don't care about, let's match what you do. Let's match what you're doing. I'm sorry, I just can't use that.
No, you good, bro. You good.
Let's match, like, something different than age.
That's important, bro. Because school ain't going nowhere. No, I had a professor on the pod, bro, a couple weeks back. They said the same shit. Like, school ain't going nowhere, bro. Yeah. Like, it's here to stay.
It's here to stay. That's what I'm saying. Like,
they gonna make that bread.
Yeah. Like. Don't shame me for my age. If I'm out here chilling and relaxing and I'm out doing my thing, I can be more mature than a 23-year-old. But you'll never know that because you're so tunnel vision that you think if he's not 21 or she's not 21, I can't work with him. No, like if I'm 19 and I do better work than a 21-year-old, hire me. Don't stop trying to think like it's such a gatekeeper culture where it's like if you're not 21, you can't get looked at as serious.
Word up.
Like what I do is serious. My work is serious. Me being on Vogue, me being and shooting these people is serious. That's what I do for a living. I got in the Houston Chronicle, 19 years old. So if they still don't think I'm serious,
shout out to you.
That's tough. Shout out to everyone. Bro. Like, if anyone sees this right now that has made that excuse or said, I don't know what I'm doing or I don't know about life yet because I'm not 21, when you get a Houston Cron article and they say your name on the front of it and it has your picture right next to the caption, then you could come to me. And that's not cocky. That's facts.
Cam shot it. Hey, let's get them pictures up there. Cam shot it. Yeah, bro. I got because this is something I wanted to because the angles, bro. Yeah, man, the angles, bro. I'm trying to run me through them, bro.
Okay, so this is with me and Bree, right? We did Gave You the Blues. That was the photo shoot and title. And as you can see here, this is really great. Like, I didn't even think this was off an iPhone. Like, this is what I'm saying, like, because a friend was there styling. And so just how I was trying to get the sky in the background. When I jump, I don't try to get anything around. So for me, it's strictly just background or sky, whatever it is, whether it be a building or blue sky. And I had her to jump. And you see, for me, I know some people would be like, but he's not even looking at, like, the monitor or the viewfinder on the camera. Well, when you've done it for so long, like me, like I said, not trying to be cocky, I just know. So I can aim the camera every which way or any direction and say, yo, as long as I tilt it this way, or if I'm tilting enough that way, then I'm going to get that view I want. Because literally sometimes I'm not going to be able to lay on the ground. Sometimes you just got to go out there and wing it and do what you need to do.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, was this because I know you said some things are planned, some things aren't. Was this planned?
This was planned.
You had the idea that you're going to jump.
Yeah.
You're going to jump to that.
I tell people, no, Mike, tell me how many times, you ain't got to go deep into it, but how many times do I be telling y'all to jump?
I can't even count, to be honest. I'm
having this man jumping all the time.
It's tiring sometimes.
We can go through a couple more. Yeah,
that's the pitch. That was beautiful.
Yeah. We can go through a couple more.
Okay.
Yeah, this one I fucked with this one.
This is the perspective and kind of like the angle and the wide angle. Because I have a wide angle. I'm not finna tell you what lens I use. You can forget it. Sorry, people. But
don't give them too much.
I can't give y'all too much. But anyway, though, this is a wide angle perspective shot. Actually, it's so crazy because it's kind of like warps your mind. You have to also worry about the fashion. I know even though the man or the dude here, shout out to Fucci, that he doesn't really have any fashion, I guess, on except for the pants. Yeah. But Trisha, who's in to the right of me, it's just like beautiful how I got that below shot and he stuck his leg up that far to where it's kind of like one of them old like 2090s album cover type thing. Word. And I guess people say I should shoot album covers, which I may do, but I just try to think of how can I incorporate the feel of, I guess, somewhat a little bit of music to fashion. And that's why I really thought of trying to get the perspectives and the wide angle and things like that.
Yeah.
That's tight. And it was on the roof, too. It was on one of the roofs.
Okay.
Yeah, this was not, like, ground level.
We could do one more.
And Mike.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Hey, hold on now. Shout out to Big Mike. Okay. I'm going to let Mike take the rest of this, but I'm going to say a little bit slower. This was actually a lake. Behind this was a lake, and as you very well know. And so we actually went down there. We had saw some people down there, and actually it was so funny because on this shoot exactly, we were coming down this like little slope. It's a very not a good slope, I should say, if you're not balanced. But we went down there, and there was this country dude who was like, Jimbo, you really loud right now. And I'm like, I'm not Jimbo. It's like, and I could tell it was a white girl. She's like, I'm sorry, we thought you were your friend. And I said, I'm not your friend. I don't know you.
They probably were from Huntsville.
No, for sure they were. They had Huntsville, Texas A&M tendencies. But I'm just messing. No, hey, I do not advocate. That's just a joke. Promise you, I do not advocate that. Do not go and do that. But anyway, though, So we were on the bank. We actually walked a little bit down, and so it's actually really beautiful out there, really peaceful. Definitely got some bugs out there. That was probably the most bugs I've seen in one setting. But I would say that it was a very good shoot, and this one I kind of had it tilted a little bit. I don't know if I was on the ground or the same thing like I did for the shoot photos before, but I just had him jump. And you see, we incorporate, like I said, Louis V bags. You know, he got the suit.
Clean,
his cousin Styles.
I like those pants, bro.
Yeah, his cousin.
Those pants are
cousin
fire.
be getting pieces and he be styling.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike's cousin. Shout out to you, my guy. And we just, that's my Louis bag right there. And so we just kind of put things together. It's never planned. That's why I feel like we do it the best because we don't have to have a brand. This is not brand clothing. We have never wore a single brand in any of the shoots. Everything's been his cousin styling, Nana, she styles as well, or just people getting in different stuff from their closet or thrift. This has never been ever brand work. And I'm trying to do more of that because that's like my dream to work for a company and brand. But what we kind of do with our creative free time is different. But Mike, tell them about the jumping experience, G. You got Jumpman Jordan over there, guy. Jumping, G. You got
you can put it back on us.
Yeah, I'd say I can't really count. Like, go through Cam's profile, go through my profile, look through how many like jumps we do.
Yeah, man.
You really can't count. Like, honestly, you can't count at all. And the hardest thing is trying to figure out like how to position yourself when you jump. Yeah. But I mean, every time we do it, it's always good. So.
No, like I said, man, I'm a big fan, bro. I think the shit you do, bro, it's definitely different from what I've seen personally, and I think that's why I fuck with the work you do, bro. That's why I had to have you on, man.
Oh, one last thing since I just posted. Laramie Tunsil, starting offensive lineman for the Houston Texans. Yes, starting offensive lineman for the Houston Texans. Just shot him, and he just posted the pictures. So I just had to say that. Now since he posted them, I kind of wait. Because I feel like if people try to talk about like, business that it's good, it's big, but you can't really announce it to everybody because then, you really don't know like how the person you just shot feels about it. Maybe they have a system how they do things. So finally got it taken care of. But yes, starting Texans O-lineman that does work with Deshaun Watson and previous DeAndre Hopkins. We did work together and just posted. So that's it. But shout out to everyone. Shout out to y'all, man. Like I said, art coming soon. Like I said, just believe in yourself. That's all I really would like to say on a positive note. Believe in yourself. Do what you do. Do what makes you happy. Don't forget where you came from. Don't forget who was down for you and who really was there for you. Don't forget about people that kind of left you in the dirt. Don't accept them back. If people left you, leave them. I don't care if y'all were friends since second grade. If they don't care for you no more, leave them. Like, you don't need anybody except for people that really put time and effort towards you. So I appreciate you, man, for real. Appreciate
for sure, man. We got to do this again sometime.
Exactly.
You got to bring Mike, too.
Bringing Mike, too. I'm bringing the whole gang next time if y'all, if coronavirus, I ain't trying to
for sure, dog.
I
appreciate it.
I gotta look out.
For sure, man. Hey, yo, High Yellow Pod, man. We out here.
Yeet.